Todd, we couldn't close this year out with at least mentioning Amazon at least once. I think for all of the industry-focused shows, Amazon comes up as a threat. But this year is no different for healthcare. Matter of fact, Warren Buffett famously called our rising healthcare cost a hungry tapeworm eating at the U.S. economy, and he actually did something about it in 2018, Todd.
Yeah, this was a fascinating story. And, Amazon has kind of been looking around the edges of healthcare for over a year. And then earlier this year, Amazon surprised everybody by teaming up with Berkshire Hathaway, so Warren Buffett's shop, and JP Morgan to create a brand new nonprofit venture with the goal of disrupting healthcare as we know it today. Obviously it's going to, they're very light on details on how they're going to do it. A lot of companies have been trying to change the game in healthcare. But these are three huge employers, over 1 million employees combined, and they are tackling it head on. And what makes it really unique is that they've not set this up to be a for-profit venture. They've said, you know what, everything's on the table. Let's bring in some fresh, best in the business minds and see how we can go about rethinking how we treat people so that, it's cheaper and people have better outcomes.
Yeah, so a huge area to watch. And I would say even going back to Amazon, this wasn't the only thing they did in 2018 because they also bought a small growth company called PillPack, which I think was probably an even larger step for them and really demonstrating we are going after the healthcare space and we are a threat to be reckoned with.
Yeah, over $300 billion a year spent on medication. And so, a lot of people have been saying, okay, what's Amazon going to do? Can it disrupt it? Is CVS in trouble? Is Rite Aid in trouble? What's going to happen with these companies? What ended up happening is that Amazon went out and bought this really small startup that has carved out this niche in providing these daily packets of all pills to people who take multiple medications per day. And, they're highly automated, very technology oriented company. It fits very nicely into what Amazon wants to do. How that dovetails in with this future nonprofit, who knows, right? What that means for CVS and Rite Aid and Walgreens in 2019, we simply don't know yet. But it's certainly a very fascinating move by this company and one that, investors shouldn't ignore.